Now I'm going live.
Yes, we are live.
Great day, everyone. Welcome to another amazing episode and show at the Liberating in the Beauty Revolution. I am Lucia Gabriela, your host, and today we have a very special guest. Her name is Daria Zest, and our topic today is about being the woman you want to become. A very important topic for our society now. I'm so excited to interview Daria. I'm just going to read you a little bit about her bio. Um, so hang on with me because my computer has been kind of little cuckoo today. So Daria Zest is an empowerment coach for women to assist them in living their extraordinary lives through designing their signature lifestyles. After a long life struggle of not owning her life, not following her dreams, not being that woman she always wanted to become, sacrificing her dream life for that and what others expected from her, and started living the life of an extraordinary woman she always knew she deserved to be, living behind her home country. That's awesome. The opinion of others, PhD and potential university career, she left all behind, successful career job, and fear of not managing to have it all. Now she's happily married, traveling around the world with her own coaching business, helping women to do the same, desire more, dream more, and live more. Daria support women in embodying their greatness without sacrifice, guilt, and apologies, living their signature lifestyle every single day. I am so happy to have you, Daria, in our show today. Please say hello to our tribe and welcome, and share with us how it started everything, how it was, what brought you here to start helping empowering other women to live the life that they truly desire and that signature lifestyle. We talk a little bit about it before when we concept. So please introduce yourself and start sharing with us what brought you here and how you helping women.
So hi everyone. I'm very happy to be here today. So thank you very much for your invitation. It's a great pleasure and honor for me to share this space because I know how important it is for women around the world to connect in this sacred space of powerful femininity, as I say it. Because for me, nothing excites me more than a woman who follows her big dreams and desires, steps into her own truth, and shines her life bright. And that's how it all started basically for me, because I always wanted to make an impact in the world. And I was always excited by, this beautiful, shining woman, because the woman who is a happy woman, she's different. And I grew up in an environment where there was a lot of self-sacrifice and victim mode, in a sense that we as women, we are used to nurturing others, and we're used to the whole fact that others are always coming first. So for me, I always knew I was different. I always knew I had to change something. So I kind of always had that urge of bringing in the light and basically helping women to realize how powerful and great they are. And this is how it all started for me. But of course, there is a whole story behind how I basically managed to overcome my own struggle of being in a self-sacrifice and victim mode and not owning my life and living my life according to expectations of other people and not following my big dreams. But one day I realized it cannot go like that anymore, because you need to be the woman you want to become. You cannot only hope that one day it's like, like on Monday I will start doing things differently. You have to start living your life differently now, because otherwise you will never start. And I always had this thought in my head that I have a mission to be the woman I want to become, to start my life change and my life transformation now, so that I can give the space and inspiration. And inspiration means a lot to me, to other women around the world, so that they can start living their lives differently.
it is beautiful to see how, becoming in alignment with yourself and be the true woman you want to become. And like we're talking in terms of like goddess, be that goddess, and walk the path of that goddess. It helps you to evolve every single day and become the woman that you really, really, really want to be. And it's very interesting because a lot of the times we hear that all the time, and until like a big event in our life, um, it doesn't hit it until everything comes back and come into pieces, and
Yeah.
we really realize, wow, that's what they really mean with like become the woman that you want to be. Like I
Yeah.
like to share a little bit about my life all the time because it always make kind of like fun, right?
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
this week I have a powerful woman in my life, and that I'm gonna be working with. She's pretty much like a lawyer, and we were talking about my child itself because I have a 6 years old, and she was telling me your daughter will not be the successful and powerful woman unless you are a successful and powerful woman coming from your own core and your own truth. And even though that I work my talk and I also inspire and empower other women and also men to live the life that they really want, it is sometimes like we feel very overwhelmed and be it seems like being the woman that you want to become, it seems like very big and very overwhelming. And we forget that it's like a very beautiful path that you have to come to clarity, and we have to do a lot of work to get into that map of clarity. So I imagine that you have great tips for us to become the woman that we want to become. That you have great tools because it is very important that not just say become the best woman, the greatest goddess that you could be, but also it's nice to have some tools that we put it on a window, like on a car, we put it on the mirror every time we take a shower
Yeah.
or we brush our teeth, and we have kind of like a little guideline because for me, like I feel like with internet and many books and so much download of information coming, from everywhere, I feel like it's becoming a little too overwhelmed. And our goal with liberating the beauty is to keep things simple because for the sake of everyone.
Yeah.
So right, like so much download. So
Yeah.
if you could share with us like a few tips, like few simple tips that where we could put it in a window or in a mirror when we're brushing our teeth and remember ourselves to live them through and to apply them every single day of our life to become the woman that we want to become. What would be the first one that you will share with us?
I always share the first one, which is the basic one, I would say, but at the same time, it's probably one of the most difficult ones, is to start your day right. And what I mean by that is that you have to wake up with a conscious mind, and you have to wake up with the question, who do I need, who do I require to be today? Who is that woman I need to be today? And when you answer this question, and I normally always advise my clients, and I always do it myself, I have a journal, and I always answer it in a written form, because I do believe there is a power between a pen and a paper. And when you put it on a paper, like in a written form, you kind of claim it. And there is a really special, very special thing about writing when you wake up, the first thing in the morning, to take your journal, to write this question, who do I need to be today? Who is the woman I need to be today? And then think about it, like breathe and meditate, or just because so many people are afraid of meditation these days. And when I say meditate, they're like, they're feeling stuck, like, oh, but I don't have time for meditation. And what I mean by that is really taking time for yourself and putting yourself in the driver's seat of your life, just the first thing in the morning. And take those 3 minutes, because it won't last longer than 5 minutes. You need to write that question and just breathe in and out and write down who do you need to be. And the answer comes, I mean, it does take time for you to feel in the natural way of things flowing, but it comes with time. And what you really need to do is make sure you spend 30, 40, 50, 60 days, because our body gets used in different rhythms and how we are getting used to those kind of things. But every single day, to start your day with this one question and write down who do you need to be. And it's amazing how this one question actually changes our lives. Because when I started writing down, I need to be a woman who embraces ease and grace, because for me these are very profound things I want to embrace and I want to embody in my life. Whatever happened during my day, I always felt at ease. And this has never happened to me, because I come from an environment when I was always overwhelmed, when I was always tired, when my head was blocked with so many things, and I was always stressed, and I got angry, and I got really depressed, and I was lost. But when I write down, today I need to be the woman who embodies her greatness, who embodies the ease and grace in her life, then I am that woman. So this is the first thing I would say. The second thing, which is probably more advanced, but still it's doable, and it's a must for everyone who wants to step into her power, is to set and nurture for herself her own boundaries. And by boundaries, I mean, of course, healthy boundaries. And important thing here is to never set a boundary toward another person. Let's say I want my husband to bring me flowers every day. This is not a boundary. Although you can say to your husband, I want you to bring me flowers, and if you don't bring me flowers, you shouldn't even come home today, kind of thing, which is a stupid example, but just for the sake of an example, you can never set a boundary towards another person, because you can never impact how the other person behaves. You can only set a boundary as a property line for yourself. And that's the second thing I would advise. Again, every single day after you wake up, write down what is the one boundary, because boundaries is a very overwhelming topic. And we always have fear that by setting certain boundaries, somebody will think we're selfish, somebody will stop loving us, or we will lose something. But if you choose just one single thing, just really one thing that you know that you need to set a boundary, for example, today I'm going to bed 1 hour earlier, or today I'm not going to talk to people who I don't like, or today I will say if something did hurt me, I will say what you said hurt me. If you just set this one single boundary, it gets engraved in our brain, and we do that throughout the days. And if you repeat it every single day, it's amazing. And probably the third thing I would advise is, because for me it's always a difficult question, like choose the three most important things, because there are so many tools you can use to step into your power. But if you ask me for the three most important things, I will try to give you the three most life-changing, so to say, things. So the third one would probably be keep the commitment to yourself. Because we promise a lot of stuff to ourselves, and very often we fail to keep commitment to ourselves. So I would really bring it to a conscious level, and always remember to do what I promised myself in the morning. Because these kind of things, when you wake up and when you write down who is the woman you want to be and what kind of boundaries you need to set today, these are all the promises we give ourselves. And then it's our own choice whether we do that or not. So I would really encourage everyone to think again and again that the most, the biggest pain a woman can experience is when she cheats on herself. So I think keeping commitment to your own self is very, very important.
Wow. I feel like the three amazing tips are very powerful and very doable too, to do them in the morning. I do also work in aspect. I always not just recommend to do a journal in the morning, but also do a journal at night. And a lot of people are like, well, you give me so much homework to do. And I'm like,
Yes,
well,
yes, yes.
life is school. And I'm gonna send you as much homework as possible so you can get your breakthroughs. Um, Start your day with who is the woman I need to be today. Is Yes, it's definitely it's like claiming it's already like setting the map for your day. So you
Yeah,
actually mentally, emotionally, physically, you're already aligning yourself with the woman that you are going to become,
yeah,
because it's actually putting that energy already out there in the universe and say, I am going to be a happy, happy woman, very honoring her sensuality, honoring her divine self, honoring her inner love and her self-love, honoring others. So you are really putting out there in the world that and become conscious. I feel like that powerful question in the morning of who's the woman I need to be today, it kind of like from where I see it, a lot of the time it will help us to kind of like when we're doing this inner work, that because this is powerful inner work,
yeah,
Daria,
yeah,
that we're doing, it kind of like prepare us to what's going to happen in a day, and it will help us to remind ourselves who are the women, because the moment that that when we tell the universe and we claim who we actually are going to attract the opportunities for us to clear out that is not worthy of us. So that statement of who we're going to be in today is going to bring the opportunities, the circumstances, the people, the energy that we may have to work profoundly
yeah,
and to allow to let go and clear that. It's like we allow and we're claiming the universe, I'm going to be this woman of love and light and peace and claim her sensuality and her sacred sexuality and being the beautiful divine goddess. And all these people are going to come try to help you to clear it out. And when we answer that question, it will help us to see that everybody coming our way that day is because they were meant for us to do the work that we need to do because we claim it to the universe.
yeah.
So I feel like it's a very powerful tool. Will you have something else on top of that one, of what I said? Like something you want to.
Yeah, I think I'm totally with you on setting, because to me the whole claiming part, it's setting an intention. And I think when we start as women, when we start living our lives intentionally, this is when the change happens. Because this is when we say and claim to the universe that this is our time and we are ready and we know what we want and we are gonna get it. And this is so powerful for, and of course it's not only related to women, it's just kind of a human thing. When you live your life intentionally and consciously, this is when you bring it to a high vibration. And this is where the whole thing with honoring your inner goddess starts. Because when you are vibrating on a goddess level, this is when the change comes. It's like my mentor always used to say to me, you have to behave like a woman of the high vibration, you know? And it encompasses so many things, because we are so unique as women, every single one of us. So, for example, for me, vibrating on my high vibration might embody something different than for someone else. But what is common for all women is self-honoring and self-loving part of it. Because this high vibration, which attracts abundance, prosperity, success, power, beauty, and truth in our life, it's only possible when we start from self-honoring and self-loving space. And this is a very sacred space. And I just want to add that we have to treat it as a very sacred time, as a very sacred space. And what is important for all the rituals you're doing, I think for all, even for ask for journaling and for when you ask yourself these questions, is to make sure that you are surrounded by a certain sacred space, that you are in a sacred environment. It can be just one candle. It can be your favorite glass of water. or your favorite mug with hot tea, whatever. It just has to be something that inspires you, because to me, again, and I think I said it already, but inspiration is a great thing. It's an amazing thing. I think it's a great honor when you inspire someone, but it's also a gift to be inspired. Because when you allow yourself to be inspired by something, there is always this light that attracts you. You know, there is always this huge light that's just tunes you in, and this is amazing. And I think that every woman should start first thing from allowing herself to be and giving herself permission. Yeah.
This sounds good.
Yes.
Give herself permission. That is a lot of women have a hard time with that one.
Yeah.
How would be an easy way? Like I even got like itch out of it, you know, like give herself
Yeah.
permission, because many it's a very easy line to read, but very hard to spell it out. If you
Yeah.
follow me, it's
Yeah, definitely. Especially for
how.
women who have thousands of things to do normally.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things I discovered is that we have women for the past couple hundred years. We have maybe the past, yeah, couple centuries. We have taken into so much like obligations and duties and responsibilities, and we had not been even honored or recognized by it. And a lot of women are feeling like so in disalignment with themselves when they have to delegate to other people to do the things that they need to get done so they can become back home to the inner self and do more of the inner work and more. And that happens a lot when you become an entrepreneur. If you, I feel like the shift of like, oh, women becoming more entrepreneur and doing the things that they love to do. You know, we also talk about men. All my clients complain all the time, like, oh, you always talk about women. I'm like, but I go with men too, okay? So use the message for both sexes, okay? And
Yeah.
I feel like delegating is such like a very powerful tools that we can live in our life. Like for me, one of the four tips, that I could put on my mirror will be like what I'm delegating today, so I can have the space and time, sacred space and time for me to go back inward and do the work I need to do, because we just don't like to delegate, and this go back into allowing ourselves um, to just totally surrender, and allow us to. It's just like the word that you just said it, like it just come out of my mind right now, and it's like, but
Hmm.
allow ourselves to just truly surrender and delegate and just let things happen. It's just it's just beautiful what you say. But you have something on top of that one that you want to say about the delegation aspect of it?
Yes, I think it's, thank you for bringing that up, because I think this is the top topic to be discussed. And I think it's so important for women, because we are used to controlling so many things. And when we when we basically come up with the thought of delegation, we think that we are losing control and we're losing our power.
Mm-hmm.
But when we come from absolutely another place, thinking that actually we gain power when we delegate, because when we delegate, we have more free time. As a result, we are happier. As a result, we have time for the things we really love and that give us energy and that inspire us and that empower us for really great things in the world. And we become the better people we are. I mean, seriously, we become better moms because we have more time. We are not stressed and overwhelmed and tired. We become better lovers, wives, because we just have time for ourselves, and we have time for our energy to be, kept in ourselves. And this is the most important thing, because I think for women, we are the sources of energy. and our energy is our main gift. And when we treat our feminine energy as our gift and power, then the whole delegation thing comes so easily, because then you understand that there is no either or. In order for your energy to be kept and to be honored inside of you, in order for you to be a woman who shines, who is not tired, exhausted, and stressed and angry all the time, crying at everyone around, you have to make certain choices, and you have to make different choices. And that's why you have to delegate. And for a lot of my clients, who come to me, they say that, yeah, but for example, even with hiring a housekeeper, they always say, I don't trust that somebody can do something better than me, or I just want everything to be cleaned like I want it to be cleaned, And I always ask them, you have to treat your life as a choice, because our life truly is the reflection of our life choices. So what do you choose now? To be a happy wife? It depends on the situation. A happy wife, a happy mom, a happy lover, a happy woman, for God's sake, or a happy housekeeper or house cleaner? And when I ask that question, of course, they always say, oh no, I want to be a happy mom better, or a happy lover, or a happy wife. And then, of course, very logically, it comes very easy to them that they have to hire a housekeeper. And I always say to them that they should never, this should be like a rule of thumb, they should never do anything that they think they're just going to do it better, because they will always think they will do stuff better. They have to really allow themselves to experience and to receive help. And of course, here we work a lot on the issues of receiving. So this is also very important for women, to give also, as a woman, we have to really come from a place of allowing ourselves to receive joy, receive pleasure, receive sexuality, receive powerful femininity. We have to receive that in life. We have to stop chasing. We have to stop running for it, because it's there. It's just for us to open up and receive it. So I think this is a crucial part for any woman who is out there trying to change her life.
Awesome. You actually put another question right there to put it next in the mirror. What would be one of the things I'm allowing myself to receive today from the universe? Right?
Yeah.
Like today, what I'm allowed to receive today from my children, from my lover, from my business, from my client, from universe itself, what I'm allowing, and that's to be, we have to live it through sometime to be able to teach others. It's like,
Yes.
it's sometimes for coaches, healers, and women that are stepping into the power of being the woman that they want to become.
Yeah.
Boundaries are going to be the big core, I would say, like the big, like, layer of that bark tree that we have to break, so we can actually expand and grow and literally shed it off, right?
Yeah.
That bender is like a big layer.
Yeah.
And what I have found, it was like, I always thought that, like, when you said, like, nurture my healthy boundaries and write down the boundary of the day. When you were saying that, I was just thinking of myself, that lately, the past couple months, I've been working on my own boundaries, even though that I thought I have
We
boundaries.
all think.
And I'm like, the past year, my boundaries list grew like 10,000 times. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I never knew that I had to go deeper and deeper on my boundaries. And the word boundary, sometimes I feel like it's like a heavy um, energy for some people. Like,
Yeah.
it's like another thing to do. Like, it's
Yeah.
like another thing that, like, you have, like, yeah, it's great to have it, write it down, but like, sometimes I see it a different way now because I did this work already. But before, for me, boundaries, it was like another to-do list to do that I just didn't want to step into it because I knew it was going to be painful.
Yeah.
But what I discovered, and that's why I was so excited about talking with you, and actually, the time that we talked before this interview, it was very powerful for me too because you confirmed a lot of the things that I was going through, and I needed to change. And the moment that you said um, every woman had to live the life, the lifestyle life, like I have to have, all about the lifestyle.
Yeah.
I realized that when we are in our power and we are living our lifestyle, and when we are living in our lifestyle of becoming the woman who we want to become, or the goddess that we are going in the pathway to be, what is it with who we are? What
Yeah.
is our mission? What is our passion? What is our life purpose? What are we allowing ourselves to receive from others? What are we allowing ourselves to give? Like what is all the what if? Like all the what and all the hows and all the
Yeah.
who's and everything about ourselves. I felt the moment when I was writing everything down of who am I, what I'm here for, what is my life purpose, what is my love passion, what I'm taking from people, what I'm not taking from people, what is the BS I'm not allowing from people
Yeah.
to come into my life, what is the people that I'm hanging out with, what are the people that I don't want to hang out with, but pretty much always focus on the things that are positive. Because sometimes, like when you focus on the things that you don't want, sometimes you're attracted because you're focusing on
Yeah.
those. So I pretty much focus like 80% of all the great things that I wanna, be, and the other 20% would be like, oh, there's other people I'm not gonna hang out, like all the gossipers and
Yeah.
all the people that they drama and they're dragging and the energy and all that stuff and all the drama around. I'm not gonna watch this news and I'm not gonna watch that channel. I'm always watching this, reading this. Uh, when I realized that we do that and we know ourselves where we heading, it creates automatic boundaries because we don't even need to say like um, we don't need to do like a big list of the boundaries, but it will just once a day. It kind of like help us to remind of the automatic boundaries that we have
Yeah.
created by knowing who we are and who are we becoming. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I agree so much with you on the fact that there's so many beautiful things around and so many tools and process we can use. And I totally am with you on the thing that when we are talking about boundaries, it's kind of, another thing on our to-do list, which seems really big and very heavy. And I think you bring up a very important point here, is that with all those kind of journaling and boundaries, it's very important to come to those things from the right place. Because I think that a woman has to be ready for those kind of things, for those things to last in her life and for those things to bring her real joy. Again, because I'm all against fighting and chasing and breaking the walls and this kind of change, which is very hard one, like you have to do this and this, and coming from very masculine energy.
Hmm.
I think it's really overwhelming for women. So there is a certain point of evolution a woman have any woman has to go through in order to be ready for those things to settle in her life. Because I do agree that when we just come from a place of a pure boundaries thing, then it's very heavy. Then it's very overwhelming. Then it's like, I have to write this down, I have to do this. And it never helps because this is not the right energy to come from. So um, what I always focus on with women, and I'm now just taking the moment to say, because I think it's very important for any woman to be ready for this kind of stuff to happen in her life. But what I mean by being ready, it's not exactly like being ready with your homework kind of thing. What I mean by being ready is to have this, is to give yourself the permission of open space to receive the knowledge, to receive the practices, to receive the rituals that you know will help you and assist you in your evolution. Because when a woman is ready to receive, nothing is too heavy. Nothing is kind of, I have to do this, because you just don't come from that kind of space of I have to, I should do. You come from a space, what do I need, what do I require to do for myself? And this becomes your choice. And because I do believe that pain and pleasure is a choice we make, and if we treat our life from that kind of a choosing place, this is where the shift happens. And this is where you allow yourself to really be the woman you want to become. To stop really thinking, once my kids grow up, or once I earn more money, or once I change my job, I change something in my life. You really start being that woman, and you find the time, you get the energy, you get the motivation, because this is just, there is no other way, because you step into your own truth and into your own power.
Yeah. We got a lot of questions here for I mean, not question, like a big aha moment for everyone to literally make a little list and put it on the mirror every single day. And I'm putting like the mirror because we all go brush our teeth, and I feel
Yeah.
like we all have to create rituals. So when we see
Yeah.
ourselves in the mirror, then we're like, oh, we're reading every single day, like, who is the
Yeah.
woman I need to be today? Oh, okay, made me think about that. I mean, if you don't have the journal, like you at least you do it on
Yeah.
your mind, but it's great that we have to do journal. I feel I am the same with you. I feel the power of journaling. I tell you that I have worked with men and women when when they start doing the homework. Literally, the first thing that they get from me is like a nice, beautiful journal. Um,
Yeah.
and some people don't even, they're not even used to, especially men, they're not even ever used to have a journal. Women usually
Yeah.
have it when they're younger, right? But I feel like when my clients start getting their journal, at the beginning they start writing like 3, 4, like maybe a month into the work, they're like writing pages of pages, and I'm like, oh my God, this is not like instead of like being a life transformation, love transformation, becoming more of like becoming a writer, and
Yeah.
everybody's becoming a writer because a journal really helps in the morning. Another question, amazing thing that we shared today, I'm doing a little recap here. So,
Yeah.
who is the woman I need to be today? It's a great question to put in a journal and go deep in that. It really opens your eyes a lot. Nurture your healthy boundaries. Write down a boundary a day, like one boundary. And we were talking with Daria. It's not about having the heavy lift, like the heavy weight of creating boundaries. It's about the question that I love the most. You were like, what do I need to do to be who I want to become? That was a beautiful question that you just mentioned before. Like, what do I need to do to be who I want to become? So when we answer that question, also creates a beautiful boundary for the day because it allows us to be clear and have purpose and clarity and intention of our life.
Yeah.
So creating boundaries also, like we mentioned, is about being clear and be ready to answer the question of who you are, what are you doing, what are you for, where are you heading, what is your life purpose, and all those beautiful things that allow us and be clear. Keep a commitment for yourself, knowing your boundaries and knowing who are you, like what is, who is the woman I need to be today. Answering that question, it will help you to keep the commitment for yourself. Um, we also mentioned delegating. The beautiful, like what I'm delegating today as a woman or as a man, what what I'm delegating, what I'm letting go. It
Yeah.
was funny because last week I I'm hiring like for my business like a bookkeeper. Even though I'm accountant back in home in Ecuador, I have my bachelor degree in accounting. I used to be. I mean, I've always been like the number girl, like tracking all my numbers and doing it all myself every week, like
And
every
then I'm
penny.
jealous because I'm really bad with numbers.
So yeah, so what happened is like one day I realized I had to do my, I had to do my taxes, and here in the U.S. and I am like, oh my God, I'm like 8 months behind with my bookkeeping. And I'm like, holy cow, like it took me like 2 weeks to get it all done. And I realized I spent 2 weeks of doing my bookkeeping for my accountants to give it to my accountant to
Yeah.
get my taxes done. I realized, I'm like, wow, 2 weeks. I didn't work for 2 weeks. I literally didn't enjoy life that much for 2 weeks because I was focusing on getting all the numbers right. And I realized, I said, like, I can't do this anymore. I had to delegate. Like, I'm so OCD about my numbers, right? And we're always afraid to delegate our finances to somebody. That's a big one for women, and that's a big one for men too. That's a big one for everyone. Who you trust your numbers, who you trust your bank account, who you trust, and it's a big one on delegating. So last week, it's funny because last week I just decided and I said, okay, I'm letting go. So thank God I work with people who are in alignment with energy work and things like that. And she was like looking at me straight at that and said, like, Lucy, I just want to ask you the question. Are you really, like the question you said, are you really ready to let go of this, of your hands?
Yeah.
And like, are
Yeah.
you really ready to trust
Yeah.
me? I
And
was
you
like,
raised a very important point here is about trust.
mm-hmm.
Because only powerful people can really trust somebody. And if you're
Yeah,
able to trust, if you're able to cultivate that, because I think trust is one of the most powerful things we can have in our life. If we allow ourselves to trust others, we are probably in the most powerful time of our lives, because when we trust, we become so vulnerable, and we are not afraid of that. And this is amazing, to acknowledge yourself for being vulnerable and be not afraid of that, and trust and let go of control, and letting go of control, knowing that at the same time you are stepping into the biggest power of your life. This is amazing, and this is a gift to realize, I guess. So thanks for bringing up the trust thing, because it's so important.
it is. And like I always share with everyone everything that's going on in my life because I feel like what I'm learning, I share what I'm learning and what I go through. It's like letting go of those numbers with not like letting go of my
Yeah.
account and like, oh my God, I'm here, yeah, I'm trusting you. It's like, and
With
she
a
was like, are you
shaking hands.
sure? She's like, are you ready? Like what thing I really like about her, it was that she asked, the permission. Like she was like
Yeah.
asking, she honored me to ask myself
Yeah.
permission. Like you said, I was the
Yes,
one that was like,
exactly.
I was blank
Exactly.
before because it hit me.
Yeah.
She allowed and created space for me to allow myself to give permission when when she questioned me and said, are you ready to
Yeah.
let go of your finances and hand it over to me? I was
Yeah.
like, yes. After 2 weeks
Yeah.
of being in a cave, I trust you.
Yeah. Yeah, but it all starts with the permission. And
Yes.
when there is a person who gives you the time and energy, this energetic space for yourself to come up with the permission for yourself,
Hmm.
this works a lot. Yeah.
And that's what I think like the power of like coaching and healing and all the aspects of work that we do and helping other people is when we realize that everything that we're doing is creating the space for clients to give themselves permission to take the choice to live the life that they
Yeah.
want, to choose
Yeah.
to live the life that they want, because by us creating that amazing, beautiful, permission, sacred space, it embodies them. I feel like I just the way I see it is like beautiful energy, and it's like get into soaking into their beings, and they gain of that energy of permission and letting go and surrendering and truly feeling at peace and trusty and worthy of it, and they are just ready to rock it and live the life that
Yeah.
they really desire and become the women who they want to become.
Yeah.
Um,
So true.
So yeah, I feel like we have covered so much. I mean, we can keep talking for hours with Daria, and I love you. Thank you so much for the work that you do. It's just totally
Thank you.
rock the world. Like really, I love it. And thank you for sharing your beautiful tip. But I want you to also share with us, like, what is your signature program? What is you were talking about the signature, your signature lifestyle. Tell us more about
Yeah.
it and how our tribe of people through social media and everything can find out more about you and work with you, have the opportunity to work with you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I assist women in designing their signature lifestyles because I do believe that signature lifestyle is what basically helps you be the woman you want to become, because these are the tools, the practices, and the systems that you basically implement on an everyday basis that make you that woman, that great woman. Because I do believe that behind every great woman, there is a person who does things differently on an everyday basis. And that's a very simple concept, but so many people just don't think about it because they think that this is something that comes by default. And I do believe that the greatness comes from the design, not the default. And that's why I assist women in designing their signature lifestyles. And I currently have a private coaching program, which is a personal coaching with me, which is a signature lifestyle design program where I work with women for 3 months personally, and we work from, that's a very holistic system because we work on the everyday life of a woman. So how she should step into her true desires, her big dreams, follow her greatness, and create the life she desires and that she really loves without sacrifice, without guilt, without apologies, through a certain system that is my signature system, because this is what I have created for myself to step into my own truth, to start owning my life, and to start living my dream life. So I'm blessed, and I always say it's a gift from God to me to be able to assist other women to create their signature lives through certain tools and systems and practices that they can implement on a single day basis that will really change holistically their whole lives, because we work on a healthy lifestyle, we work on fears, we work on emotional wounds, we work on body image, self-appreciation, permission, boundaries, receiving, on all those aspects of female and feminine lifestyle that basically makes the woman the great woman she wants to be. And I do believe that every woman deserves to be a great woman, and every woman is worth of her own greatness. She just has to really be that woman every single day, and that's really much easier than it sounds, because we all have to start from living our lives differently first, and this is what signature lifestyle is all about.
Awesome. So will you like to provide us with your website so people can go to your website?
Yeah, it's www.dariazest.com. And on my website, you can find everything. You can first subscribe to my free newsletter where I share my best tips and my videos and my blogs and all my secrets, so to say, because I'm very, I always try to, because I do value and I love all my subscribers, so I really try every single time I write a newsletter. I come from a very inspirational and empowered space myself. So you're very welcome to join me on my newsletter, where you can also find that on my website. And there you can see the work with me part, where you can see my signature lifestyle program. And then you just sign up for a signature talk with me, where we will see if signature lifestyle is something you need now at this point of time for you to start living your extraordinary life. Because again, I do believe that you have to be ready and you have to be at a certain level of evolution to start designing your signature life.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things that sometimes we forget. Like we have to be ready, and that is
Yeah.
the question: are you ready to live
Yeah.
the life that you really want.
Yeah.
And some people are, some people are not.
Yeah. Yeah. So there is no pushing, there is no proving or really making someone believe in something. It's really always the question I ask, are you ready to step into your desires? Are you ready to be that great woman you're meant to be? And if the answer is yes, everything else unfolds naturally.
Awesome. I take all my notes. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I always recommend everyone
Yes,
at
it's a
Liberating Inner
great, great
Beauty.
tip.
Yeah, to have like your notes, like you can see, like I have a whole page list of my
Yeah,
notes in here, like another
yeah,
page in here.
yeah.
So every
Great.
time that you guys have a talk at liberatinginnerbeauty.com, you are going to bring your notes and your pencil and your pen and your markers and your art colors and just get the whole shebang going because at Liberating Inner Beauty, we are committed to bring the best, the most amazing, inspiring, empowering, powerful men and women, coaches, mentors, healers, practitioners, gurus that they know and they have gone through their own life and they have developed these beautiful systems and program where they help men and women to liberate themselves from everything that's keeping them stuck. And so they can really become in alignment with the true divine self, and we all can be the amazing divine women or men that we want to be in our lives.
Yeah.
So that is the purpose of liberatinginnerbeauty.com. And you want to learn more about us, you can go to www.liberatinginnerbeauty.com where we have different kind of like circles, like love circles where you can join for free or you can join our mastermind groups where we come together and we do powerful work and real deep work and the support of our community because that's our goal to not just bring all the information that sometimes is very overwhelming because it's too much, but we also create a space for support. So where you come and break through in your life, in your love life, in your business, and all the areas of your life. So I am so happy. I'm so grateful, Daria. Thank you so much for joining us today. You
Thank
can
you so much for inviting me and for having
uh,
me today.
you can say your final bye to our tribe, and I'm gonna say bye bye to everyone. I love you so much. Thank you so much. I really honor you, and have an awesome, awesome, awesome next of the day, or week, year, and that divine love energy brings you the greatest in your life and surround you with so much love and abundance to you. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. This is Lucia Gabriela. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Shine your life bright. Bye.